Hey guys, how's it going? I am Joy, back once again with my good buddy Steve for our NFL predictions versus this is week 11 already.
Wow.
I
How you,
know.
how you doing, Joy?
I'm doing well. It's been some kind of day.
Yeah.
Oy, it has been
uh,
some kind of couple of days, but
yeah.
I am well. How are you?
I am doing excellent there.
Good, good, good. How did you do last week? Because last week was kind of it felt meh, but surprisingly wasn't that bad as far as
Yeah.
the records go.
Yeah. I went 9-5 myself.
I went 10-4,
Yeah.
so I only beat you on the one game of Seattle and the Rams.
Yeah. You did
Sorry,
that.
John.
Hmm.
That's his favorite team. So he was hoping that you were right, but he agreed with me on
Mm-hmm.
the Rams winning. So
Yeah.
I think he tied you and went 9-5 as well because he's the only one that I know that's playing along in the comments. So shout out to you for checking everything out. Appreciate it.
And I'm sure you'll comment here later when this video is released.
Yeah. He'll probably hit me up either tomorrow or Friday. Normally, he already sent me the week, and we talked about it at length. This week is bad. It's a bad
Yeah.
week.
Too.
Last week was surprising. My biggest takeaway was Jacksonville taking Green Bay to the limit in Green Bay. I was very surprised by that.
True there. Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers managed to pull that one out of the fire.
Sadly,
Mm-hmm.
I was so hoping they would lose. When I seen that they were trailing, it's like I don't know how this is happening, but I really hope that it does.
Mm-hmm.
And then it didn't, and I was sad.
Yeah.
So, what about you? What was your best game of the week?
Obviously, it was the Buffalo Arizona one there. I thought
Oh man,
with 38 seconds left to go there, I thought the Bills pushed on the touchdown there, but Kyler Murray came came on the field there, and then at the last second threw a hail mary to DeAndre Hopkins there to win it there with 2 seconds left.
oh man, that freaking Hail Mary though.
Yeah,
Mm, I was sad about that.
yeah, true.
I mean, not that it was going to really matter because we both went with the Bills, so we both lost on that. But oh, that
Uh,
just it just doesn't look good on paper, you know.
no,
It's so bad. And
yeah,
then the other one that I had a problem with was Cleveland and Houston. Such a low scoring game.
yeah,
Oh, that
true.
was so bad.
True, and there was a little bit of weather problems with that there because they had to delay the game a half hour, 45 minutes because of a thunderstorm.
Yeah, I caught that. It seemed like it was a pretty fierce one too.
Yeah.
I don't really know how bad it was, but
Hmm.
and then what did you think about the Patriots coming out
Yeah.
of nowhere to beat this amazing powerhouse of
Lamar Jackson.
Baltimore?
Yeah. That was a real shocker to me there.
Yeah,
Yeah, but on top of that, the weather was really terrible there, and it'd be hard. It made it hard for the Ravens to grip the ball there.
yeah. Which I mean, I expected them to not struggle quite as much with that, given how much he does scramble already.
Hmm.
Like I expected him to just be perfectly fine running the ball himself,
Hmm.
but maybe they didn't adjust for that, and they
Hmm.
actually tried to go in with the same game plan, and they didn't have any kind of like weather adjustments for that. But I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But good news for week 11 that John brought up to me. I don't have to deal with the Bears game. The Bears are
Yeah.
on the bye. I'm
There.
happy.
Yay.
No more Bears for this week. I'm good.
Obviously, they lost their quarterback, Nick
Oh,
Foles,
I'm so sad.
injury late in the game.
Yeah. I mean, Minnesota did beat them down. And I mean,
Yeah.
the score doesn't reflect the sheer magnitude of butt kicking that they gave them.
Yeah. True.
I think, isn't Mitch kind of wounded a little bit as well?
Yeah. He is too.
He's
There.
got like a shoulder injury or something.
Hmm.
So Foles is out. Mitch is out.
We'll have to go to their third stringer, whoever that is.
Exactly. I have no idea who that is, nor do I care. We'll see. We'll see how Week 12 does for them. In theory, Mitch should be back for Week 12. I think it's just a shoulder tweak, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
Which is fine, because then I get to completely land-based the Mitch. I do not like the Mitch, so
No.
I've made that abundantly clear.
Yeah.
So anyway, without any further ado, you ready to get started on Week 11?
Let's do it.
All right, so first up, we have an NFC West battle, a rematch from earlier on in the season, with the Arizona Cardinals visiting Seattle.
Wow, this one's going to be a close one. I
think so too.
Yeah, Kyler Murray coming off their big win against the Bills there.
Mm-hmm.
And Russell Wilson there losing last week there.
Tough loss.
Yeah. But I think it's going to come down to field goal or less there.
Mm-hmm.
I really want Seattle to win this week there, but unfortunately I'm going to go with Kyler Murray and the Cardinals to win this one.
Understandable. I am taking the attitude route and just hoping that helps a little bit, and I'm going with Seattle.
Okay, so we disagreed on that one.
Right off the bat, we are already disagreeing. This is going to be great. I'm taking Seattle because I do think that their overall team is better.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost in overtime to Arizona the last time that they met.
Yeah.
In a very, very close game. So I think they're going to be a little bit chippy because of that. And I can't see them losing 2 divisional games in a row.
Makes sense.
So, and being at home, weather. John said that they're expecting like 2 weeks straight of rain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that might play a bit of a role.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can pull that off and not lose 2 straight divisional games, because that would just be sad.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, this one is very close. I went against my dad in this because he just doesn't like the team apparently. The Bengals at Washington, if the button works. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, my buttons.
Obviously, the Washington team is a mess in this pathetic NFC East one.
God, that division. Can't say enough about that division.
Yeah, stinker.
Oof.
Yeah. So I think Joe Burrow's gonna take advantage of it and have an A game this week there. So I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
We disagree again.
Oh.
I do think that the Bengals probably have the best shot at beating them this week. Like, this is the game that I probably am most likely going to get wrong.
Yeah.
But I like Alex Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ron Rivera. I think that Alex Smith finally getting that chance to start consecutively, he'll finally have his legs under him on the field and can, I didn't mean to say it that way, that's, in hindsight, that was in poor taste.
Yeah.
But stuff happens. Anyway, I believe in Alex Smith, and I want him to succeed. So, and the fact that they came back from, I believe, like a 24-3 deficit against Detroit last week. Anxiety, by the way. Detroit, stop, please. just stop. That was hard to watch. Oh my God. But anyway, they had a really good comeback against Detroit, so I'm hoping that they can ride on that momentum a little bit, take the loss with them and learn from it, and hopefully Alex Smith, like I said, can get his field work under him now on his second start. So we'll see. So far, we have split both games. This is concerning. But you know what? You got to take risks late game, so one can hope. Next up, I hate this game so much. We have the Drew Breesless Saints hosting the Atlanta Choke Falcons.
Yeah.
So I'm concerned. Either way, I see multiple scenarios on this playing out, and none of them are good.
No.
So I'm concerned.
Yeah, me too. They're obviously Drew Brees. He broke a couple of ribs there in the collapse lung there, and he won't be back for 2-3 weeks
minimum.
So I guess they have to rely on Jameis Winston and what's that other QB
Taysom
name?
Hill.
Taysom Hill there.
I love Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
He's a tremendous football player.
Pick up the slack there until Drew comes back there.
Yeah. I was, do I use his real name? I was talking to Troll recently and asked him like his thoughts about how they're going to go forward, and he said that we should be expecting a lot of 2 quarterback offenses, which they've kind of done most of the season, but now that they have Jameis Winston under center and at the helm for the entire game now, they really need to rely on a 2 Q-back set and Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, exactly.
So they need to hand off to Kamara a lot.
Yeah.
And really trust that their defense is going to be able to keep Julio Jones at bay.
True.
So I think they can do it. So personally, I'm going to stick with the Saints because I trust Sean Payton.
Yeah. And I'll agree with you on that there. So I think the Saints can pull it out there.
All right, excellent. So we finally do not split. That is good. And of course, it's on the game that we could see going either way.
Yeah.
This is unfortunate, but I really do hope that the Saints can win. I don't know their games going forward, but this is a really good test.
Yeah.
If they can manage this game against a division rival with Jameis Winston at the helm, then maybe we got a shot at the playoffs with Drew Brees coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll see. I really hope that they do. I like this team a lot. So. All right, next up, no brainer really. Pittsburgh at Jacksonville.
Yeah, 9-0 there.
So I think we're sticking with the Steelers.
Agreed.
Yep, Steelers. If they lose to Jacksonville after going 9-0, I don't really know what to say for them, to be honest.
Yeah, get ready for the big game next week against the Ravens on Thanksgiving night there.
Yeah, that would not be the way to go into it. You do not want to go into a hotly contested division rival game with a loss to Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Of all teams, Jacksonville.
Exactly.
No. You have to win.
Yeah.
So, I think Juju and their running back is going to have a field day.
Yeah.
And we'll be good to go.
And TJ Watt on defense.
Oh, the TJ Watt, though.
Yeah.
My second favorite Watt brother.
Yeah.
Anyway, next up, speaking of, we have the Patriots going to Houston. Speaking of the Watts.
Yeah. Yeah, these are two teams there in the middle. They're trying to get up to the playoff spots there.
Yeah.
Shockingly, they're the Patriots there last week getting that big win against the Ravens there.
Surprisingly, yeah. Like you said earlier in the show, I think weather probably played a bit of a role, but I don't really see why it should have, because Baltimore is kind of in the same, or at least similar climate, so they should be used to that kind of weather effect. So I think that they just got outcoached.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think this week's going to be a close one between these two teams there.
Surprisingly.
And I'm going to say there that I'm going to go with the Patriots this week.
I agree. I think that it could be close. Now, my question here, I'm taking the Patriots right along with you. How many times do you think that J.J. Watt will get his hands on Cam Newton? As elusive as he is, do you think that there's going to be any sacks that J.J. Watt can record? Or is it just going to be pressure and then Newton scrambles away?
Maybe one or two there.
One or two. Yeah, I could see. I think he's going to at least get some good pressure and some good penetration through the line. But I think Cam Newton is just too elusive. So, unfortunately, I don't really expect a huge game from my Watt, but we shall see.
Yeah.
Now, this game is very interesting. Given how they came off of Week 10, we have the Eagles at Cleveland.
Yeah. 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 Did the Eagles have a bye week last week there?
I believe they lost to the Giants, 27-17.
Oh yeah, I forgot there.
We both went with Philadelphia, and I knew that the Giants were going to win it, but I didn't pull the trigger, and I am sad. I am very sad. That would have been a good split game.
Yeah. Which we can have a mulligan on that one.
Regret.
Yeah.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah. But I think this week there, the Eagles will continue their losing ways there, and Baker Mayfield might have a good game against them. So I'm going to the Browns this week.
But I agree. I agree with you that the Browns will win.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like the idea that Baker's going to have a big game. I would rather it be Chubb and Charles have a big game, because I'm a bigger fan of a ground and pound kind of offense than this like flashy, everybody look at me kind of QB. So I agree with you, but I kind of hope that we're wrong. Not going to lie.
Yeah, okay.
I want to root for Cleveland. I just do not like their quarterback.
No.
So, speaking of teams to root for.
You made that clear.
Yes, yeah. There's a few quarterbacks that I just do not like. And I think everybody pretty much knows them. Baker being one, the Mitch being another. Gardner Minshew. I don't like him. I think he's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few. I have very few quarterbacks that I actually do like, come to think of it. Weird. But one QB that I do enjoy, Matt Stafford, and the Detroit Lions will be heading on to Carolina.
Yeah, but didn't Matt Stafford broke a bone in his thumb there?
He has a torn ligament in his thumb, but he says that he should be able to go.
Okay.
But he's a fighter, so he'll say that he can go, but I don't really know for sure. But maybe it's like one of those game time decisions.
Yeah, he might have a limited mobility with the thumb there.
The unfortunate thing is it's on his throwing hand, so it's a bit of an oof, but
true. Yeah, and Carolina again is going to be without Christian McCaffrey there.
That man just can't stay healthy. It's unfortunate. I seen him wincing during the game. I was watching a little bit of it to catch up on like highlights and stuff like that, so I would know what I was doing for week 11, and you could see that his shoulder was just not feeling good.
No. So
I'm sad because I do like him. He's one of my favorite running backs. So.
Yeah, but this week I think Stafford's too banged up in the thumb there, and might have a little bit of problems there. So I'm going with the Carolina Panthers this week.
Yeah, I too am taking Carolina, unfortunately. I think that Detroit can win, and they should win. Because as far as I know, Carolina's a little bit banged up with Teddy Bridgewater as well. He had a knee injury, which is kind of, for me, that's a harder injury to combat than a thumb.
Yeah.
But he also said that he's most likely going to play. At least that's what their coach said. But their coach also said that McCaffrey would be back, and then he wasn't back for 2 weeks after that. So we don't really know exactly what's going to happen on that. But my biggest reason for going against Detroit is that they cannot keep a lead to save their life. I don't know what happens, but in the fourth quarter, they forget how to play defense, or they rest on their laurels, or they just stop being creative and go straight back to, I don't know, man-to-man coverage that Matt Patricia seems to love so much. So I think that they'll probably have the lead in the first half and then give it away to Carolina. Maybe it'll come down to another field goal and Carolina's going to actually sink this one, unlike when they face the Saints.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I see that going down, and it makes me sad. But until they have a regime change in Detroit, I don't see anything changing. So that's unfortunate. Moving on to even something more unfortunate, we have Tennessee going to Baltimore. Both of these teams disappointed greatly in Week 10. And quite frankly, for me, they've been disappointing the entire season.
Yeah.
Because their records are good. They're very good teams. But they haven't really had any big-time games. And they kind of feel like posers to me. Sorry, Beagers. but they feel like a bit of a poser team to me. Like when the game is on the line, when the season is on the line, they can't seem to get a win together. Baltimore's been struggling recently, and Tennessee's never really had a statement game.
No.
So
this week I think I'm going to go with the Ravens to recover there after last week's loss there, and they'll beat Tennessee.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do. I went with my original home team, and I took Tennessee because the Derrick Henry, though. And given that it's in Baltimore, I'm expecting some weather, like some cold weather and all that. And if Lamar Jackson had trouble handling... no, that's a bad way to phrase that. If Lamar Jackson had some trouble with the ball in New England, he might have some trouble in the fall in Baltimore. So it's going to be a running game, and I would rather give it to Derrick Henry over whoever Baltimore has as their running back. I don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Who is their running back?
I don't know there.
Yeah, see? No one knows because Lamar Jackson does all the running for him.
Yeah.
So there we have it. We split again. I'm expecting a lot of splits in this week because it's just so close.
Yeah.
This game might be close, and it really shouldn't be, but we have the Chargers hosting the Jets.
Oh, goodness.
This is John and I were talking about this. For once, the Jets are not a gimme.
No.
And it makes me sad.
Yeah. True. I gotta go with the Chargers there because the Jets obviously stink there, and like I said last week, I expect them to go 0-16.
Yeah, and I respect you for sticking by that.
Yeah.
Even though they almost beat New England.
Yeah.
And they're coming off of a bye, so they're more rested now, and they have Joe Flacco at the helm.
Yeah.
You're still sticking with them going 0-16. I respect that. God, I hope you're right. I'm going with the Chargers as well, because I do not want Herbert to have his massive loss against the Jets be this turning point. I don't want to give up on the kid, but if he loses to the Jets, at the end of the day, the Jets are still the Jets. So we have to go with a loss.
True. And
but
if the Chargers lose, you might as well go back to Tyrone Taylor.
I hate that idea so much, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong, and that again makes me sad because I believe that Herbert has a really bright future, but if he can't beat the Jets, I don't know.
Yeah.
This is going to be a very interesting game. I'm actually more interested in this game than Tennessee and Baltimore, to be honest, because I have to see if he's going to be able to handle the Jets.
Yeah.
Because there's so much on the line here for the future.
Yeah.
Not only for our own record, but himself.
Yeah.
All right. So, Drew Lock in Denver, is he hurt?
I don't know there.
I remember there being something on Twitter that I seen involving him. I wasn't sure if he was going to be good to go. I'm not sure, but if so, then this is going to be an interesting game when they host the Dolphins.
Yeah, true there. And Tua's 2-0 there, the starter there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's proving doubters wrong there.
Surprisingly doing very well.
Yeah. And I expect this week he'll make it 3 in a row there against the Broncos.
I have no doubt that they will. I took your lead in some of your predictions earlier on in the season, and I actually took Denver because we have a Florida team going to Colorado in November. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some weather stuff happening, and I don't think that Tua has any experience in that kind of weather. I could be wrong, but he's a Bama kid, plays for Miami, so I assume that he's like never been cold. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to pull this off. So I'm taking an upset, and I'm going with the Broncos.
Okay, makes sense there.
I hope it makes sense. I really hope it makes sense. I don't think it makes any sense, but we'll hope. This game, I was persuaded away from my original pick. Thank you, Dad. We have the Cowboys visiting Minnesota.
Yeah. Minnesota there is been on a roll lately. They're trying to challenge for that there NFC North round there.
They're not beating Green Bay for the title.
No.
There's no way. I'm sorry. No.
Yeah.
The NFC North is Green Bay's division to lose every year.
Yeah.
And we just have to accept that.
Yeah. And Minnesota's going to probably be in the middle of the wild card picture there.
Yeah, they might be able to make the wild card for the NFC, but to win the division, not a chance.
True. And I don't know if it's true or not. I heard rumors that Andy Dalton might be back for the Cowboys there.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
That rookie that they started had a really, really good game against a very good Pittsburgh defense.
Yeah.
And you're just going to decide to put Dalton back in?
Yeah.
I question things.
Yeah.
Because that's stupid, because the kid, Gigi, whatever his last name is, Gigi, he has a really good relationship with Mike McCarthy.
No.
So why wouldn't you just run with that, especially coming off of a bye?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know.
Wow.
He's clearing concussion protocols there and Pepsi issues.
The Pepsi issue, yeah.
Pandemic there. Yeah. So this week I think I'm going to go with the Vikings.
Yeah. I'm going with the Vikings as well. My gut instinct was the Cowboys, because I want Minnesota to lose and I want the NFC East to remain as contested as possible, because I think it would be absolutely hilarious if that entire division tied. With as horrible as they are. Like all four teams go like 6-10.
Yeah.
And then they have to duke it out to see who's going to actually be the division champion.
Yeah, but don't forget there the Eagles have a tie and they're in there.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I want the Cowboys to win, but that was when the kid was going to start. If Andy Dalton's going to start, frick that. Let's just go with Minnesota all day.
Yeah.
I was hoping for the kid.
Yeah.
But okay. If that's the case, then I feel fine taking Minnesota.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess. I'm still surprised by that, but okay. Plus, Dalvin Cook is a very good running back, so he should be able to help take pressure off of Cousins.
Yeah, he proved that on Monday night against the Bears.
It's the Bears, though.
Yeah, true.
So, like, is that really a statement at all?
Yeah.
It's just the Bears.
Yeah.
Speaking of the NFC North, though, we have the Packers, who, I may remind you folks, had trouble with Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
I want to set that record straight. Jacksonville gave them trouble.
Oh my God.
I'm never going to forget that. Jacksonville. They almost lost to Jacksonville. And they'll be taking on another AFC South team when they visit Indianapolis.
True there.
So does that division just have their number?
Yeah.
One can hope.
The question is, which Phil Rivers are we going to see on Sunday?
That was my problem. I went with the Colts this week, but that was against my better judgment. Again, thank you, Dad. Because with the Colts beating Tennessee last week, I have a funny feeling we're going to see the bad Phillip Rivers this week, when they kind of need to play well because they have Green Bay. Yeah. But I have a funny feeling that we're going to see the bad Phillip Rivers, and I really hope that I'm wrong.
Yeah. But I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a field day with the Colts there and end up slaughtering them.
God, I hope not. I really hope not. But I wouldn't be surprised. But I had to make that kind of a decision on that. I had a feeling that you would take Green Bay.
Yeah.
So I'm playing the odds, hoping for some splits, hoping that things can sway my direction, because I need to make up some ground. I'm still 6 games behind you.
Yeah.
So I need these split games, so Philip, Mr. Rivers, please be good to me.
Okay, so we disagreed on that one.
We do.
Okay.
This one we should not disagree with at all. We have Kansas City coming off of, I believe, a bye as well. Yeah. Going to the Raiders in an AFC West matchup.
Yeah. This was a rematch from a couple weeks ago when the Raiders shocked
the NFL world.
Yeah.
By going into Kansas City and coming away with a win. I still don't know how it happened.
Yeah, me neither.
Oof.
Yeah, but I expect Patrick Mahomes there to try and get some revenge on them there.
100%.
Yeah, so I'm going Chiefs this week.
Andy Reid over John Gruden every day.
Okay.
I do not like John Gruden at all. No. I think that he is an overpaid coach.
Yeah.
That suckered a team that was getting ready to move into locking him into a 10-year deal.
Yeah.
Doesn't even have his own QB that he actually likes. So I'm going to stick with Kansas City and Andy Reid, who I believe him and his GM just got a 5-year extension as well. So they're locked down, which means that Patrick Mahomes has his coach on lock. So this is a very beautiful, beautiful relationship that I can't wait to see come to fruition again. And please get the revenge. This is the best time to do it. Go. They came to your house and embarrassed you, so you need to go to them and slaughter them.
Yeah, blow up the Death Star.
Yeah, exactly. Blow up the Death Star. If I knew the gif of that, I would be playing it right now on screen, but I don't because I'm not a Star Wars fan, so.
Yeah.
Awkward trail-offs. I was going to make a joke and say I'm not a Trekkie, but that would have just been offensive. But anyway, final game of the week. This one should be very, very close, in my opinion. We have the Rams visiting Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but this one won't be too close to call there.
Honestly, this was one of the last games that I predicted, just because no.
Yeah, both offenses are excellent there. Yeah, but I'm going to go with the Brady Bunch this week there to get the win there.
God, every time you do that, I have the theme song stuck in my head, and I have to stop myself from singing it. That's the way we all became the Brady Bunch, by paying. So I agree. I am taking Tampa Bay as well.
Yeah.
After they came off of their win last week against Carolina, they came out firing because they were completely embarrassed by New Orleans. So I hope that kind of fire can continue. And the Rams are coming off of a good win as well, but going into Tampa, I think it's going to be a little harder. Although I do want Aaron Donald to get Brady.
Yeah.
At least a couple of times. Just rattle him a little bit. I would love to see that. Because I do love defenses a lot more. And this is going to be a defensive game, in my opinion. Because both of their offenses are pretty good. Not so much as far as players is concerned on the Rams, in my opinion. I think that's 100% Sean McVay.
Yeah.
And I do like him more as a coach than I do Bruce Arians, just because of his overall style. But I think Tampa's team overall is better on offense. So I agree with you. So we didn't split a lot this week.
5 games.
5 games?
Yeah.
If they all go my way, then we are really close to being tied. But I don't have a lot of hope. I'm not going to lie. I don't have a lot of hope for this. So it's going to be an interesting week, to say the least.
Yeah. Could be a couple close ones there.
I really, really hope that Herbert doesn't lose to the Jets.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my biggest for this week. So I'm so anxious and apprehensive for this week. But week 11 is now in the books. So good luck to you.
Good luck to you too, Joy.
Thank you. Good luck to everybody playing along down below. Leave us your comments and your thoughts on how you think the week's gone, how you think the season has gone. It's been quite the ride. Many ups and downs, tons of unpredictability. I'm very curious to see how the Saints are going to handle running 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So we shall see how that goes. And we'll see if our upset picks actually work.
Yeah, true.
So, with that being said, be sure to check out the links in the description for my link to Twitter and my Discord server to become a loved one. That's where you can hook up with me the most. Mainly on Twitter. I do a lot of my ranting. I'm there for when the games go wrong, which is often. Unfortunately, my Twitter is my bio on Twitter is that it's my internet diary where all of my rants will go, and that's basically true. I rant a lot. It's mainly ranting and then plugging streams that I happen to watch, Jonas, Nick, the like. And then also be sure to check out the entire playlist of the predictions as well. That'll be popping up on the screen here, and we will catch you next week for week 12. Unbelievably, of the 2020 NFL season.
Have a good week, everybody. See ya.
Catch y'all later.